Okay, good morning. Good, happy Monday morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Cheryl, I knew you'd be excited to see my shirt. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Belinda. Good morning, Stan. It is a great day in Monument because the sun's out and it's actually going to be warm today. Let me tilt this down just a little bit, see if we can make that just a smidge better. Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll wait just a second more, so I'll tell you, we had a really fun birthday weekend. Cheryl told me last Friday that my birthday shirt that I wore wasn't quite the winner that I thought it was. So she said, you need to wear something different today. So, hey, how about this one? We'll get back to summer. I'm hoping that one of these days soon it'll warm up and we'll get back to be able to start wearing a t-shirt here pretty soon. Good morning, Darlene. And without the birthday hat, yes. So, hey, Cheryl fixed an amazing dinner last night, so y'all should be watching for her recipe posts when she puts them on Facebook, on our Facebook page. Especially the zucchini one. I don't know what was in it, but it was one of the best zucchini recipes we've ever had. And then she fixed our favorite cod. And then she came up with a new ice cream recipe. She made it with olive oil. It was really actually very satisfying and really good. So some fun recipes that will be coming for you guys. So I want to do something a little bit different today because one of the things about your birthday is you get to just spend time reflecting and thinking about you, and you get to spend time with friends. And one of the things that I'm realizing in this journey of life is that there's lots of acquaintances, lots of friends, and there's a few people who really actually care about you from the context of they're there to support you, they're there to encourage you, and they truly want to see the best in you come out. And they're willing to go through the bumps and the bruises with you. And they want to encourage you in a way that's not manipulative, that's not, they're not trying to get something out of you. In so much of our lives, I think we have employers or friends or family. And there, there's that give and take of what's in it for me. So I had a really nice evening with, good morning, Nancy. Really nice evening with Cheryl and Anna and Luna and Deborah. And it was a blessing to be encouraged and to have them. At one point I asked a question about how these calls were going, and Deborah said, do you really want me can I tell you what I'm seeing? And so she shared some stuff with me that was, it wasn't challenging, it was really good because it reflected a lot of what I've been feeling and experiencing. So I want to share that with you guys today, the process that we've been going through. So it's kind of a story. I want to get back to the story side of what we've been doing, and hopefully as I share this story, which I'm kind of the main character in the story, but the reality is the main character in the story is you, and I'm hoping that as I reflect on this story, that it, in some level, impacts the story of what you're going through with your life. So, no notes, no agenda, no lesson plans today. In fact, as I was out walking this morning preparing, there were so many thoughts going through my head, and I thought, just let them go, and I just want to share with you guys kind of the journey of the last 4, 5, 6 weeks with this, and hopefully it'll make a difference for y'all. And I just lost my thought because I just ran out of my notes on what we're doing, where we're saying, and where we're going with this. When I started the process, here's what's been happening to me. We started this process because inside me, and I think inside all of you, there's something that wants to come out. There's a passion to make the world better. There's a passion to fulfill your purpose. There's a part of you, there's a twinge that says, my life can be more, it can make a better difference. There's something that's in us all wanting to come out. And the challenge is so much of our lives, so much of the process of life keeps that from happening. So we work and we work and we work at it and we try to make it happen. And this last year has been the year of the Lord saying, Forrest, you need to relax and let me become involved in the process of creating you to be who I want you to be. And by the way, just a quick extra note on this. I'm not broadcasting on Facebook today because I realized that part of what was happening was this whole thing was becoming a big production. Instead of it being simple and easy, it was becoming, okay, we've got the Facebook camera and we've got the Periscope camera and we're trying to connect with more people and it was all becoming way too hard. So this journey for me was becoming way too hard. So today we're just on the the Periscope camera. You can go into Twitter and watch the replay if you want, but we're going to keep it simple today because this is where we started. So, backing up, there's this piece that wants to come out. And so earlier, last year, the Lord began taking me on a different journey because my frustration had been that trying to do it in and of myself, you reach a point where you look at your life and you go, that's working pretty well, but it's not working as well as we would really like it to work. And so this whole process of being on Periscope started with the Lord saying, Forrest, I want you to broadcast, I want you to connect, I want you to learn, and I want you to grow. And so there's been this huge learning process for me, and I was, so you're watching the videos, you're watching your eye contact, you're watching your voice, you're watching how the call flows, you're watching where you leave it, how it's hanging, the things that work and don't work. And as Deborah said, Forrest, that was when the call was really authentic and it was really touching our hearts. She said, but then you begin to get to the point of turning it into, she didn't say it quite this way, this is my paraphrase, kind of turning it into a production. And I realized that it was, it's like, because I'm a teacher, it's like make the lesson plan, use the green ink, create a more perfect presentation, grow the community, create some urgency about where we're going and what we're doing with this. And so the flesh starts to take over. Now, because I'm spending time with the Lord every day, I'm thinking that he's on top of this and I'm following his direction. But what I saw that was happening for me, and again, try to figure out how this comes in and connects with what's going on with you guys. It had moved to a different season, a different place for me. And what was happening was instead of me just getting up in the morning, getting going, and then sharing what was happening in my life and relating to you guys on that, I was waking up in the morning and the whole morning was becoming about preparing for this call, about making it better, about having the best notes, about having the best voice, about teaching, about just doing it right. Add the Facebook thing to it so we can get more people on it. Trust the Lord that this is going to turn into a big community and something really amazing happens with it. And then watching other people's Periscopes and comparing myself to them and trying to make it better and better and better. And forgetting that the reason we started this was to share a story that connected hopefully with your heart and gave you guys some focus and some direction on what's going on in your lives. So as we went through that last night, we talked about it. I go, I think Deborah's right. It was a little bit challenging because I've really been working hard to get these calls right and to do them well. But the precipitous for all of this, I said, she said, what are you going to do with the calls this week? So quick update for you guys. Tomorrow morning at 4:30, I leave for the airport, fly out to Las Vegas and getting a hernia surgery done. It's something that's needed to happen for the last 2 years, and I've been putting it off for a variety of reasons. So there's an excitement about it, but there's also a realization that it takes me into another season change. There's something significant about the surgery. I don't know what. So that'll be tomorrow. It's supposed to be very easy and simple. And then on Thursday, I fly back home. So Deborah said, what are you going to do with the calls? And I said, I don't know. I've got to show up at 8 o'clock. I've got to be prepared. I've got to be ready. Everybody's counting on me. We've got to do all this stuff. And she said, why don't you just back off them, relax, and reconnect with what the Lord's doing? And so that was the permission she gave me. So thank you, Darlene, for your prayers and your support. Yeah, it should be quick and should be easy. The guy's an expert. He's done like 5, 6, 7,000 of these, so it should go well. So what we're going to do this week and what I'm going to work on focusing on is getting back to this call being easy. So there won't be one tomorrow because I'll be headed to the airport. And then for the rest of the week, we may or may not have a Periscope. If something happens and it hits me, it's inspirational, I'm going to pull out my selfie stick and we'll do a broadcast. But we won't do an 8 o'clock broadcast because what was happening again was the 8 o'clock time frame. All of it was just becoming this task, this burden, this job. And so question becomes, where in your life are you making it too hard? Where can you make it easier? What do you do to stay in the flow with God? And so that's what I'm going to do this week. And when there's an inspiration and something comes up, I'm going to pull out the camera and we're going to just put it out on Periscope. We're not going to worry about the Facebook Live. We're not going to worry about the rebroadcast. We're just going to put it out and connect and see where the Lord goes with it this week. And then next week we'll reassess and get back in. It's not that they're going to go away, but I want to make sure that I'm providing value to you guys, but providing it in a way that reflects what this community is about, not trying to reflect being the most perfect person on Periscope or having this big agenda or selling something or whatever that agenda was becoming, but being there to be a guide and a support and a teacher and an encourager for each of you as you dig in every day and wake up in the morning and go, where's my life going? What are we doing? How are we connecting with what's in our heart? How are we being obedient to the Lord? How is our voice sharing the message that's in us? And realizing that who we are and what we do really, really does make a difference, especially if we can learn how to show up as our authentic self. And that's what Deborah and Cheryl and Anna did for me last night, is they showed up in their authentic self. Authentic, yeah. So Anna gets me all decked up in this Hawaiian gear and puts me on the porch, and the picture's on her Facebook page. I'm looking at that picture this morning going, how authentic is this? I look like the old man who's decked out to go to the beach that everybody avoids and goes, oh, isn't he cute? And I'm thinking, if I was 30, we wouldn't be taking this picture. But it was a cute picture. It was authentic, and it was real because we were having fun with our family and friends last night. But I had to realize that when I go to the beach, my vision is still me looking hot in my bathing suit, not looking like an old man with his funky Hawaiian hat on. So, diversion there, I digress. But, you know, for all of us, probably the most important thing is how do we touch and impact the lives of our friends and our families. And I just want to say thank you to Deborah, to Anna, and Cheryl for making last night special. Thank you all today for your hearts. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for your prayers. And most of all, thank you for letting me be a part of your life as we continue to explore and discover how to live healthy, prosperous, more abundant lives. So that's it for today, guys. I hope this was a blessing for you. Hey, Stan, I'm sorry you weren't here too, but we can get together and do something fun. So anybody, it was my real birthday. We've got some other stuff planned over the rest of the month. So anyway, thanks for that, Nancy. Thanks for connecting. I hope it was real for you guys, and I hope it came from my heart, and I hope it made sense to you also. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the love, and we'll touch base with you sometime from Las Vegas. You'll hear the whistle. It'll be me. Jump on, and let's have fun tomorrow. Mikhail, thanks for joining us this morning. We're just hanging up. Belinda, thank you. Thank you all. And remember, the world needs you to be amazing today. Most of the world is looking to somebody else to make the world better. And the focus of this community is to make you better so that you make the world better and we don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. Have a blessed and amazing day, everybody. And I'll talk to you later this week and keep you updated. See ya. Bye.